All right, this is the conversions homework. We're going to do this very similar to what we did in class with Gallonland. Remember, in Gallonland, there were the 4 queens. Each queen had 2 princesses, and each princess had 2 cats. And remember, that stands for gallon, quarts, pints, and cups. So when we're doing these on the homework, you're going to set them up just like we did in class using ratios and fractions. So for this first one, we want to go from cups to pints. So to figure out how many pints 36 cups is, I'm going to compare cups to pints. So I'm going to write that on here. So if I have, I'm going to look on Gallonland first of all, and I see that there's 2 cups and 1 pint. So you can see that right in here. There's 2 cups and 1 pint. All right. Now they said if there's 36 cups, how many pints is that going to be? So I'm going to take a look. I'm going to do 2 times, that's going to be 2 times 18 to give me 36. So in order to figure out this, I would have to do 1 times 18, and that would be 18 pints. Okay, so now to go to quarts, I'm going to go from pints to quarts. So we're looking at the conversion first. That's the first thing we're going to set up. So in 1 Q, or in 1 quart, I'm going to put that down here. I'm going to set it up, pints to quarts. In 1 quart, there's 2 pints. Okay, so we just figured out if we have 18 pints, and I'm getting that from right here, we want to know how many quarts is that going to be. Well, to go from 2 to 18, I had to multiply by 9. So I'm going to have to do that down here, multiply by 9. That means there's 9 quarts. All right, so now to figure out gallons, I'm going to go from quarts to gallons. Okay, and if I look on Gallonland, I know that in 1 gallon, there's 4 quarts. So in 1 gallon, there's 4 quarts. So now, if I'm going to use the 9 from the last one, 9 quarts, I want to find out, well, how many gallons is that? So if I go up here, Miss Flood said we can have fractional answers. So some of these may not turn out perfectly, because to go from 4 to 9, I'm going to get probably a decimal. Since I don't know, I'm going to work backwards and do the division. And I'm going to say 9 divided by 4 is 2.25. So I'm actually multiplying by 2.25 to go from 4 to 9. So if I did that down here, it would be 2.25, or 2 1/4 gallons. Okay, so that would be our answer there. Okay, I'm going to do one more row with you, and then I'll leave the other ones for you guys to try. So you can see now they give us pints, and we're going to work backwards. So I'm going to compare cups to pints. If I look on Gallonland, I know in 1 pint there's 2 cups. Okay, and so they gave me the 16, and that's for pints. So I'm going to put that down on the bottom, because remember, it goes pint, 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 cup, cup, cup. So here's 16. I had to multiply by 16, so I'm going to have to do that on top. So 2 times 16 is going to be 32 cups. All right. So now we already have this answer, so I'm going to skip over to here, and I'm going to compare pints to quarts. So remember, there's 4 quarts. So in 4 quarts, or actually, scratch that. if we go pints to quarts, so in 1 quart, there's 2 pints. All right, so they gave us, if there's 16 pints, we want to know how many quarts is that. So I'm going to have to multiply by 8, multiply by 8. That's going to give me 8 quarts. And the last one is to go from quarts to gallons. So I know in 1 gallon there's 4 quarts. So I know we have 8 quarts. So I'm going to put my 8 up here. And I'm trying to figure out how many gallons that is. So from 4 to 8, I multiplied by 2. I'm going to do the same thing here. And that gives me 2 gallons. Okay? So make sure for all of these blank ones, you are filling out this ratio. You need to fill in all of the empty squares. Okay? Use Gallonland to help you.